Hello everyone, welcome to Nhrl's Race League Division 2 round 16 of the championship here in Marina Bay in Singapore. Joining me now alongside Pitch Black. How are you doing and what do you think of Singapore?
Yep, back-to-back heavy wet races. No driver really looks forward to this, but rain or shine, they got a race, so I'm looking forward to seeing what these lower down drivers can do with the tricky conditions, and hopefully the most experienced out of the bunch can come on top and get a surprise podium or even a likely win. First driver out is Mercedes.
That would be
Dylan. Actually, no, it was another
Collins. Was it? Oh no, it's
James,
Williams.
James,
sorry, yeah.
James. Yeah. Few drivers absent for today's race because of their own reasons, but still should be a cracker. So, looking at Division 1's times, a lot of drivers with high varieties of different times. Some people into the V8s, other into the V3s, so a huge spread of time there. What do you think the time's going to be around the Division 2 standards?
Slower than Division 1. I wish I could pull a time off the top of my head, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, in Discord, we've been talking about practicing on time trials, so they're hitting around 156s, so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a few of those times today, but I'm gonna be around the 8s, 57s. But who knows, maybe we can get a surprise since we'll get to 55. Let's see.
Yeah, I've just been notified by the drivers as well that ghosting is off.
Ghosting is on?
Yep. Some of them not happy about it, but I've just said to them it might actually save them. At least you shouldn't have any issues with lap cars.
But sorry, are they complaining that ghosting is on or off?
We have ghosting off, we've never ran it on.
Okay, yeah, so why are they complaining about it? It's been the rules.
What?
Like, they're drivers, right? And they are trained
because ghosting is on.
Oh, it's on.
Yeah, it's supposed to be off.
Should we restart it?
No, too late now.
Yeah, too late now anyways. Plus, I'm pretty sure it only is dealt with back markers, so maybe it'll help with the rain conditions anyways.
Yeah, I'm going to run on board with James for his lap. I don't know how comfortable he is in that car because he is very... look at that back end, he's sliding everywhere.
Through the corner there.
More like a rally stage than a Formula 1 car. I don't even know if he's going to continue pushing.
On any time is worth it if you're running because other lap times are validated or a little spin. So it's always good to have a banker lap in just in case. But I'm not going to be surprised if the first 2 laps are usually like 2 minutes or 9s because these conditions are pretty treacherous. But so far he's looking pretty good, not too much oversteer, better than the first 1 corners.
I can't tell if his back end's loose when he's getting on the power. I know the traction is going to be absolutely horrible.
He gets pretty extra slippery, but he did pretty well. Widens the corner, good by him. Takes it in first gear, not the best idea, but not too much oversteer. The yellow flag. That's on Mercedes backwards. That's amazing.
Right, this turn. I can't remember what number the turn is, but underneath that grandstand quite a few cars were making mistakes there last week.
Yeah, you mean the high first straight?
No, it's actually under the grandstand in sector 3.
Oh yeah.
The runoff there's so short as well. It's almost like a Baku style corner. 58.7.
That's
59.7, so still not all that easy. Raceway P3 with a 2-minute 2, Gravity 1:57.1.
Not a bad time.
Yeah, I'm running board with Twonk.
One of our better drivers, so we can hit.
It's okay, P2. I don't think I can pull a second out of that. I don't know where Gravity's found that pace from.
I mean, the first 2 laps are always going to be a bit slower, especially in the rain. I remember.
Coming P. I was going to say he's going to come P14. I think he's just deliberately trying to set a really slow time.
I mean, even in my race in B1, the first 2 laps are really slow. I remember on my final flying lap, I gained about a second, but I went P5. So you can definitely gain time near the end, but you just gotta learn the track a bit, even with all the practice you've done. And about that turn you're talking about, I call it the tunnel because we're technically going under a tunnel.
Yeah, it is.
It's... You'd be surprised how many drivers actually like go head on because it's a lot more understeer than you think, right? If one tire is in a late braking move, you could enter a race just like that. You see many years in real life with Ricardo, and I believe Grosjean was another driver who went into the wall. So it's definitely a tough one. It's a lot.
DXS going pole. That's a rapid time. 50.
That's a D1 time right there.
I reckon that might be quicker than the Division 1 time. 55.7.
I think that's actually point by point my time trial time for Singapore in the wet. Funny enough. Shows how rapid he really is in the wet.
Reese is invalidated. I'm going to ride on board with Pids then.
That right now, it's pretty clean. Ooh, that goes really wide.
Really deep.
Luckily it's wet, so it won't matter if it's dry, but that will losing maybe half a second right there. Yeah, a lot of understeer in this car, you notice. That car just doesn't want to turn.
I believe that's a slow-moving Mercedes. Oh no, how was invalidated that? Pitchman, what are we doing?
Oh, spin, Collins, main straight.
Have to run board with Avalanche then. Can't tell.
Yeah, Collins hooked around the main straight.
Yeah, I'll stay on board of Avalanche.
Meanwhile, on the pit lane, Red Bulls are double stacking, I'd say, so maybe I'll be a bit slow coming out. But still a few drivers at Pacific times yet. Nhrl mate, who came last second, hasn't gone out yet. FJW hasn't said about lap time yet, he's on his outlaw. Reese had a spin or something, doesn't need to do it. Actually, valid.
Well, I know that it's difficult enough in the wet as it is, but what would you say is the single hardest corner for track limits around Singapore?
Oh, I think I'd have to give it to... It's tough because every corner is tough, but I'm gonna give it to the last turn actually.
Yeah, they've gone silent on me.
But it's like, because you're trying to push as hard as you can down that straight, you end up sometimes dipping a wheel outside that curve, and sometimes it's both your wheels and you get invalidated like that. There's so many other corners you can invalidate your lap.
Yeah, Pitch, you're really quiet and you're cutting in and out on me.
Okay, I'll raise my microphone level then. Hopefully that's better.
It's like a faint whisper. I can only just hear you.
Okay, I'll put it full then.
Yeah, mate, your internet's not the best. Could you try leaving the party then rejoining it, please? Avalon just got his lap together. That's a 158.3. Just for the information for the Div 2 guys, race distance will be 31 laps. I believe the wets have the capability to do 18 laps, so it's going to be an easy one stop, but it's up to the drivers how soon or late that they want to pit, so we could see some racing later on towards the final stages.
Yeah,
Noja to the line. Yeah, you're perfectly fine, I can hear you.
Yeah, that's great. I think it was just a party problem more than my problem, but seems to be fixed now. So as I was saying, the final corner is probably the toughest one to get it right because you're really trying to push the limits to get the best acceleration onto a straight. But there's a lot of other corners we can really invalidate your lap around here. I'm talking about like 21's a good one, all like from inside to left. Or the end of the straight, the second straight, can really go out wide and get an invalidation where Nhrl is going right now. But another way you can actually invalidate time is by making contact with the wall, because I'm sure you know that if you hit the wall hard enough, you can actually it'll invalidate your lap. So I think our drivers will watch out for that. But so far the excess is he's gonna take it away. A second in front.
Ooh, I've just got the mother of all dirty air from James coming out the final corner, but he improves by 8/10. He's up into P3. I do have the information from Division 1 from last week. Pole position from Mark Espy was a 153.775.
Absolutely blistering pace from him.
To be fair, I think that's like a god tier lap around Singapore in this kind of weather.
Look, even me and DJ and everyone.
Don't know why Collins is pitting. He was up by about 3/10. Raceway to the line was P6.
Well, the fact is, really, like, I remember my lap. I don't know if you heard me when I said this, but in D1, I was at a 156, and I gained 1.2 seconds in my final lap, or even P9 to P6, I believe. But it's just how you can improve in the wet, because the wet you start off pretty slow, but you just gain pace over the full session while you're in the flat near the start of the sector. But even in the wet races like this, there'll be a lot of spread out times just because different levels of experience in the wet. DXS, he has his own experience in the wet this season. Took a win in Vietnam in intermediate conditions. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting race for sure.
Glad you remember that. Little twonk to the line. It's looking like a decent lap. He improves, but not by much.
In fact, one of the most underrated sectors in this track is the third sector, because the last two corners that lead onto the straight, they're actually pretty low grip.
Page has gone into P4 with a 157.5.
That's a nice little jump right there, huh?
Yeah.
57s.
I don't know what's up with the Renaults. I would have thought they'd be flying around here today. They're about a second off pace.
Well, even when Raceway took place in the D1 race, he was a bit off the time. Of course, not much confidence as he has now. Ooh, so much understeer there. I don't know if you caught it on Raceways. But he absolutely understeered into the wall we were talking about.
Just trying to see who's going to come to the line to set a lap. Oh, I thought I saw a car sideways. Ferraris. Nope. I'm just gonna stay on board with James then. He's the only car I know of that's actually going to set a time.
One thing that you should also know is, different so other people think, the wets can do more than one lap in quality, and that's actually what I did too. can actually do 2 or even 3 laps. I wouldn't recommend 3 laps, but you can definitely do 2 laps on the wets in a qualifying session with a bit more fluid. Because qualifying in the
I'm
wet
looking
is
forward to it in the way that what would be the back markers, as long as they sort of trundle around at their own speed, they really do have a chance to pick up some good points there at anyone else's misfortune.
I don't know if you remember
Your mic's
Schumacher
gonna
split.
get my way, I can't hear you at all. Whatever's going on fixes itself for the race. James coming into box, I believe one of the McLarens has had a problem coming into the pit lane. I'm riding board with FJW then, not yet set a time.
Yeah, this isn't a continuous issue, we have to keep on making the party.
Putting in the highest scoring positions I've seen him in Division 2 after Monza, jumping himself still to the lower end of the championship table, but at least he's not at the back.
And Mike, check.
Yeah, Pitch, if you've rejoined, I don't know what's going on. I can't hear you at all.
No.
The 2014. Hopefully, yeah, I'm just going to ride on board with Reese for a lap. And that's it, time's out on quali. Pitch, just in case if it is from my end, I'm gonna leave the party if you want to try and commentate on Reese's lap. Yeah, really sorry about this, guys. It's happened before, but it's one of the most annoying things I've ever had to do. The DXS going marginally quicker. Would be a really representative time from Reese here, it's up into P5. Just staying out of the way, was one of the Renault's Raceway is up 4/10. All that's going to do is jump his teammate. I believe he has, yeah, that would be Dylan behind him for traffic. Dylan up by 1.1 seconds. Charlie, where's Dylan going to go? believe he's improved. Either way, he's in the top 10. And I think that is it. Just waiting on Gravity to retire his car. Yeah, pitch rate, I have no clue what's going on with your end. It's definitely from your end. I don't know what the problem is, but I can't hear you at all. I don't know why he's changed that flag, but that's DXS on pole for Racing Point 155.7. No one, I think, was ever really going to touch into the 155s, but he's managed to do it. It's 2 points for himself into Racing Point. Gravity P2, his best qualifying position since Hungary. Either way, he lands upon the front row for Haas. Avalanche, DXS's teammate, ran out P3 for Racing Point as well, so could be an easy one too if Avalanche has a good enough start. There's still plenty of points up for grabs. Double check it's not a problem with your microphone or headset.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I've no clue what's going on.
I just changed headphones. My other one's probably broken or something. Either way, I think it's good now.
Yeah. I'm hoping because it has happened before, and luckily when it did happen, you was on the stream. We could still hear you, so I hope it's done the same again. But it's just it's a little bit awkward because I don't know what you're saying, so it's quite hard to.
No, I checked the stream. It wasn't saying something different. Either way, I changed my headphones, so it should be resolved now.
You're still cutting out now. I don't know why this is happening. I'm just gonna go down the grid fully. DXS on pole for Racing Point, getting the 2 points himself and the constructor. Gravity lands upon the front row for Haas in P2. Avalanche P3 for Racing Point. Pids, a completely underrated qualifying performance. P4 for McLaren. As Reese P5 for Red Bull. Maybe could jump Pids off the start. If I'm honest, no offence to Pids, he probably will fall back. This is points that McLaren need for the constructors. James P6 is probably one of the best midfield drivers in Division 2, could easily find his way onto the podium today. As is Twonk, had the win cruelly robbed from him last week in Monza, but yeah, a little bit out of position, could end up having a few traffic problems, but the potential's there in the Red Bull, both Red Bulls actually. Raceway P8, the highest of the two Renaults, but he's managed to jump his teammate. How these two are going to play the game today, I don't know, it's anyone's call because Racing Point are running away with the constructors, so they might need to start thinking about their own Drivers' Championship at this point. Dylan, 10th place for Mercedes, has out-qualified his teammate in P11. Noja, the other McLaren, starting P12, he's ahead of mate in P13 for Haas. FJW P14 for Ferrari, not getting the most out of his car from qualifying. And Super Sub Luke Beck, P15, ran at the back of the grid. I do expect him to find his way through. He will be able to score points for the constructors, but he won't be represented in the drivers. So who's your one to watch for the race?
Hopefully my mic works, but I'm gonna say Pids. he had a really underrated, well not underrated, but really good qualifying, and I hope he does good in this race and shows what he can do in the wet.
I know that as soon as you get a really good quali lap and as soon as you know the weather's going to stay the same, you think, hang on a minute, if I just do that lap after lap, I could do really well. Or could you even imagine him winning the race?
Well, actually, do you remember that quote from Schumacher? What was it?
DXS
But yeah,
on the grid.
if you finish to finish first you must finish. That's what he said, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
So
I can't see who that is at the back of the grid. I think Charlie's had a spin.
did he? Oh yeah, Charlie's pretty far back in this race. I didn't even notice.
It's going to be a long one, and potentially tedious as well.
Yep, grab your popcorn.
But we are right about to get underway racing. 5 red lights. Lights out and away they go any second now. And there they go. So, okay, start from the Renaults. And I'm diving down to turn 1. There's McLaren being pushed off. Mercedes rear end and a Renault. Mostly a clean getaway. Changes in the midfield as predicted. Collins dropping down. Pids and Reese are scrapping already. There's Twonk diving down the inside.
Yeah, I
Luke
saw
Beck
Renault with
chasing the pack as well. He's already up into 8th place after 3 corners.
Charlie has wing damage. He's missing an M plate.
Yeah, Pids has fallen well down the order as well. He's completely out of his depth being from starting that high up.
Wow, what a start from Raceway.
Yeah, Raceway up into P5.
That's great by him. He's already gained 3.
Pids, be careful there, mate.
Luke Beck's up 8 positions.
I've just seen a huge chunk of front wing go flying. Don't know who that was from.
What colour was it?
Couldn't tell. Just looked like normal carbon fibre, which describes 90% of the cars on the grid.
Yeah,
because like the underside, there's no paint to it, so I don't know whose
Charlie,
that was. But James though falling down into 10th and riding board with Reese because it's all over Avalanche, but Raceway is right behind him. We've got a hell of a fight on for 3rd place here, and Twonk's getting into the fight as well. Look at this.
Oh. Great start from the backfielders, not much from the front.
I'm gonna stick with Raceway though. He's got the best angle to watch the fight for P3.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a move down at turn 1. It's chicane. Yeah, had a good start from DXS. Ooh, bit of oversteer there. Yeah, no DRS obviously in the wing, so they can't do much.
Potential 2-stop strategy for the guys who'll be into the pits. Yeah, that's Pids in the box. Charlie with a 5-second speeding penalty. Easily done, I think. Was it difficult last week for the guys to slow down in time?
I mean, I couldn't say much because I was really hesitant into the pits to make sure. But I believe there were a few speeders in the pit lane who just couldn't brake in time. Not really intentional, but just in the wet conditions, it kind of sucks. Braking.
Oh, James has lost it at the end of Raffles Boulevard. I reckon that's at least orange damage.
Yeah, he's gonna be coming.
Yep, he's probably got the worst person behind him. Collins not really that forgiving. I know that most drivers, if you make a mistake, they'll take any advantage they can, but Collins, more than most people.
Especially D2 drivers, some of the more ruthless drivers and...
Oh no,
he's off.
I'll be very surprised if that's not the full front wing gone.
Yeah. You say that again?
He's still going. To be fair, I'm surprised the game didn't retire him for that. There's still a long way in the race to go, James. Just keep going, bring that back. You're not the only one it's happened to. safety cars, you know, could really play a factor. There's a little bit of a train from Luke Beck.
Oh, he's out. James is out.
Yeah, it's one thing with it being wet and lack of front wing, it's not going to offer the best stopping power or the downforce that you need to make the corner. And when you lose your front wing, it leaves you very exposed. That's a VSC. Seeing Luke Beck get very close to Twonk. Not really sure if that was damage on either car.
Someone's in the pits.
That is FJW.
Ferraris. Yeah.
Try 3-second time penalty. We'll be on VSC, mate. Don't know how you're doing that. Oh, he is very close to PIDs. I forgot how far back these guys were.
Or PIDs. This is a great start.
No, it's gutting, but again, if he's got the confidence to put laps like that from quality, maybe just a bit of clear track.
Oh, tragic penalty for Nhrl right there. Spending into the VSC.
A bit of clear track for PIDs, he could really find his way up into the points.
Yeah, I think he just got unlucky with
and they've all jumped FJW, who came into the box, but FJW's came out with them, so he's ready to fight. Yeah, so I'm going to go down and watch Charlie, see if he can make any type of inroad on PIDs. Charlie does have a penalty. Yeah, 8 seconds. Oh yeah, he's got a concrete penalty and pit lane speeding.
I think Charlie will be able to serve some penalty pit lane if he hits. But yeah, not the best start for Charlie from any means necessary. Hopefully
because winners and losers then off the start overall, James down 9 places, but the runners it's PIDs down 8 places, but Luke Beck, biggest winner, up 8 places from literally 15th to 7th in about a lap. Gonna head back up there with Reese because he's closed back up to Avalanche.
Oh, he's into a pit lane. Did he have wind damage? Yeah.
I think he's missing an end plate. No, that Red Bull looks okay. Unless he's not and he's not happy with something.
Are they changing his wing? Yeah, they are. Oh no, they're not. They're not. I thought. Oh no, he's serving a drive-through.
It didn't say that he had a drive-through.
Well, either way, he served it. So if he didn't have one, then
really. Alright, yeah, I think Luke, Mate and Nojo, I think all those guys have had to have drive-throughs, or if there was any damage behind on the VSC.
I know Noja had a drive-through penalty, it said on the screen, but I guess, well, he got them, everyone else got one too, or something. Because they ought to come in. That means that there's a rather large gap to the top 8 in this race.
Yeah, I'm just riding on board with Twonk now, see if he can make inroads where his teammate couldn't, in terms of pulling away. Race we're going deep.
I'm gonna go on Twonk because he's looking.
Yeah, I'm riding on board with him. The great round on the Renault.
Wait, I thought that's qualifying that he came onto his own in the race with consistent laps.
He always does though. Even if he qualifies like P5, he's almost guaranteed to get a podium.
Actually, ooh, wide. Ooh.
Yeah, same for Twonk there. Saved his nose a bit.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Yeah, Raceway. He's a really good racer when it comes to the races. Quality, not much, but the race is what matters. And
Avalanche is in the box, and he gets a 5-second penalty for it. It's like some kind of routine pit stop, not really sure if he's hit the wall anywhere. That's the right end plate gone. Right, I'm gonna go down to Charlie again. So I've got a bit of a feeling that Pids is holding him up. But like I said, despite everything that's happened, Pids is back in the points.
Kids have been here for how long?
Yeah, and Avalanche is quite comfortably ahead of them as well. Although I do expect Luke Beck to catch him fairly quickly. Charlie's just so much more confident on the turn-in. Yeah, I think Pids is choosing not to fight it.
Yeah, so how long has Pids been in Nhrl for?
The least he can do now is stay with him, and Charlie will drag him along, hopefully into some more points. Luke Beck, one of what will probably be many penalties.
So the grid pretty spaced out. Closest battle was Charlie and Pids, but they aren't fighting anymore. So I guess Collins will be the closest battle.
Have I got this graphic right? Go ahead. No, the gaps look a bit closer than they actually are.
Yeah, because in the wet they're usually close to each other.
On-track graphic. Duke's as fast as lap 158.9. Or Dylan's had a huge tank slapper, not wanting to come to the pits. Raceway in the box. It's quite worrying the amount of guys who were struggling up front. That's put Twonk up into P3.
Collins is definitely gaining on Dylan here. So Connor, setup wise, what do you think would be the best setup for a heavy rain race like this?
There's only so much stability you can create from the car itself. I think with a track like Singapore, you just need a car that's stable enough that the back end's not going to step out under acceleration.
Yeah, but I mean, of course, the more downforce and stuff you have.
Oh yeah, it's a very downforce dependent track, surprisingly, because there's not that many high speed corners, but you still need it.
And it also makes sense in the rain that you need a higher ride height probably, and maybe a flatter camber to get more wheel grip on the straights accelerating.
Yeah, I'm sure someone somewhere knows more about setups than me, but yeah, that I've heard raising the ride height does help quite a bit in the wet. I don't know how it works.
In real life.
I'm not too sure.
But yeah, higher ride height definitely works in the wet. Lessens the aquaplaning and all of that. But anyways, setup can only bring you so far. Driving's another thing, and so far, the XS got a 10-second lead. Look at that. Not too long before he's lapping people, I would say.
Where is he on the circuit?
He's in the first sector. He's on the second straight now.
I reckon it'll be a while before he ends up lapping anyone. Collins is still chasing down his teammate. Thing is, I swear all of these pit stops, they're all too soon.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
Right, I said that I wouldn't expect them to be in until at least lap 18. I'm pretty sure the wet tyres can go a fair amount of distance, but I'm very surprised that everyone's... Well, let's see how many people have came in. So only the top 5 haven't made a legitimate pit stop yet, so some guys may end up 2-stopping. Might do. I need to get him in this midfield fight because Raceway is all over his teammate.
Avalanche is pretty close to Gravity too.
Still pretty surprised in the ceiling wouldn't be enough for him, I gotta say.
Oh, I think, yeah, Charles just let him by. Right, mate, all over the back of FJW. Oh, yellow sector 3, that is a McLaren.
That's no good.
Yeah, right, end plate's gone.
Oh, come on. Not the best race for him.
He's gonna do one more lap, for some reason.
Well, you know what? I'm actually not too much in disagreement with that because I don't think. Sure, wings do matter quite a bit in the wet, but I think you can get away with yellow wing damage because of how slowly you're going through some corners, where it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah, the two runners are tripping over each other at the minute.
Yeah, they both have rather fresh tires.
It's actually letting Pids catch up. I reckon the team orders down at Renault will be Raceway is supposed to drive away. I still think Charlie has more pace, he's just struggling a little bit. But he is carrying a penalty.
Yeah, you can just see all the understeer, like no traction. It's almost crazy. Another thing, oh, race is wide. Anyways, as I was saying,
ERS.
Sometimes going.
Sorry, you keep cutting in and out, so I don't know when you're talking. Try using overtake, Pids not so much. It's still trying to claw away at the Ferrari.
Hopefully my voice is smooth for this, but I was just saying how sometimes it's better to just go slower and be conservative to a better time than pushing as hard as you can, because you can honestly gain a lot of time just from not making mistakes around this track, especially in the wet.
Even the likes of Noja would probably just pay to just tiptoe around, wait for something to happen.
Honestly, that's what I did. I just waited till safety car or something and didn't try any risky things, just made it through and got the points I needed. But if the drivers that risk it all, that can either really win from it or completely go out. And usually it's the second option there. It's only 9 laps.
Yep.
It's gonna be a long race.
Hardly a quarter of the way into it. Like I said, if we had no safety cars, VSCs or full, we'd still be looking at a race time of over an hour.
Oh my.
Yep.
Now I know how you felt in the V1 race.
Yeah, but I think the Div 1 race, it was, that I recall for Singapore, and especially in the wet, it was a good race.
Yeah, it was for sure.
And Charlie's just let Pids by. I want to see some proper racing, not just people giving up free positions.
Or alternates, get behind FJW.
Yeah, and riding probably these guys for a bit.
Ooh. That Ferrari is really loose.
Both cars struggling to get on the power from that to turn 4.
Yeah, but I think they'll have them at some point within next lap.
Oh no, he spun.
Reverse.
He can reset to track if he really wants to.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't automatically go to that.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried with the amount of guys who have came in for wing damage, if we might end up having a safety car just for wing damage. It's
Yeah,
Noja
that
into the
happens
pits
after a
again.
while, doesn't it?
Yeah, it mainly happens at Baku. I don't recall it happening
And
that
Monaco.
often in Division. Singapore.
Yep. But there was one in Monaco though, I remember. In either Division 1 or 2 where there was a safety car for, I believe it was Twonk's wing damage, I'm not sure. But it was something like that. Definitely can happen, but it's rather rare. Oh. Oh, that's more wing damage. That's his full front wing gone.
Just tiptoe around.
Ooh.
Bring it back.
Oh, another yellow flag. That's a McLaren. That was Nhrl, I believe.
I would say I think he's only just came out the pits again. I mean, these wet tyres, they're going to be a lower temperature than the dries, but they still need temperature at the end of the day. Oh. Loop back on the back of FJW, probably get moved in before the end of the straight.
Oh, look back, yeah. Give a run, you'll have them straight. Easy move there.
The FJW is going to try to fight it back. He's had a look down the inside, they bang on the corner exit. Yeah. Luke's basically telling him to back off at that point.
Oh, the understeer. And there's his wing.
I've just seen an end plate. It's a little bit more than an end plate.
What is it? Yeah.
That'll be like orange damage, so...
That happens when he almost gets into the wall again.
Yeah, it's not this corner you gotta worry about, it'll be at the end of the straight.
Oh yeah, I'm literally a few seconds ago. Had a problem there, so...
Will he get it stopped?
Oh. And now there's a tunnel. Good luck on that.
Oh, look at this. It's gotta be horrific to drive.
Turn it. No!
Oh, he's got to brake so early. Brake early. Oh, Charlie's out.
Charlie. What happened? Oh, down the straight.
That might even be in the pit lane.
Oh yeah, I think he... Oh. Yeah, Charlie was right in the pit lane. If he just fed up with this race. Either way, his teammates will win race really close behind them, Avalanche. Gravity actually and Reese are having a little battle,
Yeah, this battle for fourth just came out of nowhere. I'm gonna ride on board with Reese since he is closer to Collins. I'm just trying to keep an eye on Gravity in the Red Bull's mirrors.
This one's sprayed. You barely see anything. The yellow flag, that's
Pass.
a half, I believe, yeah. Oh, someone's trying it down the inside. Oh! Gravity almost lost it there.
Into the tongue of the guy.
You can see an overtake down turn one.
The thing is, Collins has got all the ERS in the world to defend with. But I reckon just tiptoeing around, looking after your car, it's worked miracles for the Mercedes.
I can see an overtake soon, somewhere.
Yeah, Collins really pushing his ERS now.
Oh, I think Gravity might have a run here. Yeah, he definitely has a run. Oh, Armat's out of the session.
Yeah, he is retired in the pit
on the
lane.
inside.
little bit of wheel
Oh,
banging,
clean
but that's okay. Oh, he's got a yield.
He's got it. Oh, that was a great move. That wasn't a bad one. Oh, it goes a bit wide, and I think we still have a run.
There's a very, very long yellow flag in sector 1. I think mate's car came out the pit lane and it's still going around.
It's either Luke Beck or a Haas.
It is a Haas. It's mate. I think he's retarding the pit lane. His cars came back out and it's had to pull over somewhere.
Yeah.
Or find a place to pull over.
So far, only one virtual safety car. You think we'll see a safety car? At this pace,
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm not even halfway through. Not even half.
What would even 50% be? Lap 16. We're almost halfway through. Almost.
I think I should get like a bag of popcorn or something. Maybe.
To be fair, I could have really done with a drink.
The same here. Actually, since there's something to battle on track rather than reaching gravity, actually, made a run here.
No, look.
But what were your thoughts on the final race of the season in Abu Dhabi?
What, in real F1?
Yeah.
Difficult to comment. I fell asleep. I did watch the highlights, but even after the highlights, all I remember from that race was Esteban Ocon overtaking Charles Leclerc, and that's it.
Pretty much the highlight there. I mean, Haas on the inside, gravity. Thought about it. What was I gonna say? Yeah, but I guess I don't know. What do you expect for next season then? Maybe a renewed Sebastian and Aston Martin. Oh, down the inside.
No, don't even get me started on next season. I'm really looking forward to it. And hopefully they don't cancel Australia.
Hopefully not. I want to see a full calendar.
Yeah, even if it's behind closed doors, I'm pretty sure they'll get things ready.
Red Bull down the inside. Oh! That's Reese's wing, I believe. Sent it. Yeah, he's still missing an end plate. Unfortunate for him.
Luckily, like, he hasn't stopped yet, but he's... Let's say if he pits now, it would be like the perfect undercut strategy.
Yeah, true. With a tad of wing change in there. Oh, yellow flag, that is
Dylan, that's Dylan.
Dylan! Oh god.
Oh no, he's gonna cause traffic for these guys.
Oh no, he has no wing damage though. I'm lucky for that.
Gravity's just gotta be patient here.
Gravity's pretty underrated driver, I'd say. Doing pretty good.
Well, he said he'd try and race whenever he's available. So make the most of him now.
A little bit wide.
Yeah, Dylan into pit, Reese into the box. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, only the top 3 haven't pitted.
Yeah, he has a run. Gravity.
Oh, surely that's done.
He made contact. Oh, no wing damage. How did he manage to not get wing damage there? I'm gonna ask how he did it, but they'll probably be putting it around this time. The excess. Look at the gap. Jesus.
Yeah, wait, is he on track? He's coming on the final corner.
Let's just say he's gonna have to crash to lose the race.
Yeah, well, DXS is in. Pit window.
Yeah, he's in. I'm getting one's gonna catch him, but
Is even a wing change or simple tyre change?
Just a tire change. Wet racing masterclass, pretty much.
I don't know why I was thinking if he was going to get jumped.
Yeah,
Well, at least we have Let me have a look at fastest lap. I know that he's got it. I'm just trying to see how quick we can go. I reckon by the end of the race he will be in the. He'll probably settle 1:56. I think.
It's a qualifying time, damn.
I'd say at least a low 57.
Yeah, that'd be reasonable. But it's been an absolute masterclass by him. Bronson too. Like he's just
definitely
running away.
time
And
now.
DXS just
Twonks
roll
being
away,
in.
you know.
I believe that's his second stop. No, that's his first. Only Collins yet to pit. I think he has to be in this lap.
How about Avalanche?
Avalanche has already been in, but I do expect him to stop again. Gravity's going for the move now. Is Collins going to leave him any room? Oh, he doesn't need to. Seems like Avalanche backed out of it. Yeah, again, I think sometimes you need to know the calibre of driver that you're going up against. I mean, Collins doesn't give positions up lightly, let alone if it's for a podium.
Yeah, it's being held up here, Gravity.
Just a bit. To be fair, it's probably one of the reasons why TXS is so far ahead. Everyone's just been holding each other up.
True, but that end, he's just really good in the wet, hasn't made a mistake or anything. He's just been pulling and pulling, you know. It'd be a miracle to catch up to him now. But saying that, congratulations, we are more than halfway through the race.
We've got to finish lap 16 first. We're on lap 16.
Oh, for God's sakes.
But you know, let him get about halfway round. So just before where the old Singapore sling was, because it's 16 plus 16 is 32.
Oh, he might have a run.
He might do. I really don't know how long Collins intends to take those tyres. Avalanche in the box again. It's got to be frustrating for Gravity though. He knows he can clear him. He just needs a bit of track to do it. But Collins is using quite a bit of his ERS to defend.
Oh, he has a run now.
Only someone knows how much fuel that he's got. Yeah, he's just got to give Gravity the squeeze. Oh, that's a bit more than the squeeze. Is Gravity going to be comfortably ahead? Yeah, I think, that's a move done now. Really good move there. Collins still fighting him. Oh, Luke Beck he's out.
In the pit lane.
Yeah. Collins desperately trying to get back into P2. Just give him a little bit of a love tap. I'm pretty sure that DNF from Luke Beck has brought joy to all of the Division 2 drivers. Oh no! Oh, I don't know if that'll be wing damage if Collins just tapped the barrier going over the bridge.
I don't think it is. A lot of lucky getaways with wing damage in this race.
Oh wow, DXS only a few tenths off from what I thought. I reckon he could easily get into... The thing is, he's got the gap to pit again towards the later stages of the race and really chucking a fast lap.
Yeah, DXS is definitely a high caliber B2 driver, and I'm sure he's going to be up there when he eventually goes to D1. He's just been showing such consistent results in the race, at least every race of the season.
Thing is, he's been in Division 1 2 times. I remember the first time it was like not the best, but the second time he really showed his worth. But I don't. He made a few mistakes, or he was involved in some problems during the race, so he didn't finish as high as he could. But I reckon the thing is, Div 1 though, it's a completely different competition to Division 2. you could wipe the floor with everyone here. The likes of the previous Division 2 champions, Baseball Gaming and Jay Marsh, they've both gone on to have good success in New Horizons and in other leagues, but since they're going to Division 1 they've never really been able to push or challenge for a title. I'd say the most successful person in that respect would be Blaze, because he did claim the Constructors title from Season 3 after being the Season 2 Division 2 champion.
But you have to agree that he will be at least a midfield level driver in D1.
I reckon he'll be up there. He could definitely challenge for podiums. Whether he can get the wins or not, I don't know, because the pace to the normal race winners of Division 1, it's just so much quicker.
Well, his quality time was a 155, and that's pretty much D1 time, so that's already a good thing in quality. Racing, I think he's better in racing than he does in quality for sure. So I'm definitely thinking he'll be challenging for top 10 in D1.
Yeah, give the guy a little bit of clear track, and he can work absolute wonders.
Definitely. Very big shades of Lewis Hamilton there. Another guy.
That's a McLaren in the barrier. Who's that?
Oh, that's Nhrl? Yeah. Ooh, and just barely misses out on collecting a racing point.
I'm riding on board with Twonk though. Could make a move on Raceway anytime soon. But Raceway's got plenty of ERS to defend with. Let's have a look at the tyres. I reckon Gravity and Raceway might need to pit again. Maybe not. I reckon if they look after them, then yeah, they probably could do. That's a Ferrari on the barrier. FJW from P10. But if the worst does happen, no 90% rule in Division 2, so no matter where you finish you will score points.
Yeah.
That'll be another win change. But he is in the points at the moment, but he still has to finish the race. Otherwise he's just going to chuck a point to Noja.
Yeah. Only 40 on that, surprisingly. I think we want to do it. Well, we watched Twonk versus Raceway. What are your thoughts on EA buying F2?
F2?
I mean, sorry, F1. Sorry.
I'm not too worried about it. Some people are saying they're going to ruin it. I think they can really expand on the game, but I just hope they don't, because you know these little things like the podium pass and F1 2020. Oh, Twonk is just rear-ended Raceway.
Yeah, no one.
There's oh no, FGW's gone the barrier near the tunnel. Wait, no, he's not hit the barrier, he just went into the runoff, so he's still, well, I say okay, he's still got a broken car. The only thing I don't want EA to do is advertise loads of stuff that no one wants, because in this game it's like, buy this, you can have this helmet, gloves, race suit, car livery design. Personally for me, I really don't care about that stuff. If they are going to do something extra, yeah, but if they are going to pull the fingers out, the least they could do is put a DLC up for some classic tracks. Because I still mean this, I would not mind paying 70 quid just to drive around
like a classic Monza or something like that.
Oh no, I don't know if they'd do that. I don't even know how the game engine would cope with that kind of handling. Not even like these cars would be designed to go around that kind of banking.
Oh no, I mean like a classic DLC with like cars and maps, not just the map itself.
Yeah, what I mean is, I wouldn't mind paying 70 quid to drive around Mugello or something.
Or Zandvoort, the classic Zandvoort. That would be another one.
I reckon they'll have to do something from the 2020 season. We might even see more alternate track layouts, because there's definitely more to have. I know that we could probably have a shorter Austria, The National
Outer loop,
Silverstone
the
circuit.
outer loop too.
Honestly, you could have about 5 different layouts at Bahrain. Maybe a shorter Spain layout. You know, there's the tracks in Europe that you can shorten. I reckon they should just try and get as many as they can. I mean,
Yeah.
like Cody said, like
is-
it takes them ages to make the tracks, and this one of the reasons they've not carried the F2 like story mode over. The guys who remember Devon Butler from last season, it's because they were working hard to get Vietnam and Zandvoort into the game. So I don't know how 2021 will go down because they've not even released the track layout yet. It's going to take them so long for them to get that sorted.
It's just my worst fear is that they make it so that you have to like pay to win stuff, whatever it may be. That's like their reputation. That's pretty much what they do.
Yeah,
Like, most of the games they get.
it would be hard for them to do it in the short term. So I think there are rumours where it was. I know they bought companies out before, and then they've not gone bust, but they basically go, no, we own you, so do what we say. So the original companies, so maybe Codemasters might not even be around in 5 years' time, will just fall under the F1 licensing with EA and Formula One. But I don't think it's going to be as bad as people are making it out to be. It might get worse in time, but in the short term, I think it's a really good thing.
Because what I'm thinking is gonna do like a pack system or something where like, oh, you can pull like very rare Sebastian Vettel and have a better teammate for your career. I don't want shit like that. That's the worst case scenario.
No, but things like that add a new fun dynamic element to it.
Yeah, but I'm just not a fan of virtual gambling. Be a better driver, you know?
I don't know too much about virtual gambling. I know it's in the way, let's say in Grand Theft Auto, I think you use your own money to try and get more money in GTA. I do understand the risk of that, but I don't really understand what the point of it is. Like, if it's anything like that going on, I wouldn't be doing it myself.
Nah, I just mean like offline will be fine, but like I mean, if someone online is like rich and they just spend a bunch of money to get better in the game without practicing or anything, and the player that's really good that just doesn't have money is at a disbenefit, that's the last thing I want to happen.
Yeah, I understand that as well, but it's too soon to tell if they're going to go down that route. We've got 2 sets of fights on it. Would you mind watching on board with Reese? Because he's giving Dylan a hard time. We're going to have 4 cars very shortly within the space of 1 corner.
Yeah. Dylan has almost 100 ERS too. Yeah, Paul's been behind Raceway for how many laps now? Feels like 10, probably has been 3, but...
Well, we've just managed to kill about 5 minutes talking about EA. But I'd say if anyone is worried, don't be worried too much, especially in the short term, because what you've got to remember is EA have had a healthy line of racing games before. Yeah, they've all been offline, but the career modes have been fantastic. Likes of the old dirt games, the old rally games, even the really old F1 games back on the PS2, and the likes of Need for Speed. It's all licensed by EA.
Yeah, like probably one of the most
It's just Codemasters aren't perfect either.
Yeah, true. I think FIFA as a game itself is kind of has its problems, but the one thing that I think they did get right was the career mode and manager mode. I think they did that actually flawlessly.
We've almost got 4 cars within 1 camera shot now. Right on board with Dylan.
I think Avalanche will also gain on them. All I can say is, if F1 has a bigger budget, I'm happy. That's the one thing I will say.
I just want more tracks. It's all I want. Because when they bought classic cars into F1 2017, they also bought the alternate track layout. So I reckon the alternate layouts bought more than the classic cars did.
All I want is a better career mode. That's literally all I want for my. Like I just want the I want the ability to actually like see the changes in your designs and like the routes you take and
Yeah,
But now it's like
let's say if you upgrade the front wing, you'll have a physical picture of like this front wing. Let's say for Spain, you might have more winglets on it, and for Monza, it'll be
oh
flat.
my god.
Oh my god, what the hell's that?
Jesus. That was a huge crash on Twang.
Yeah, it's just lost it
Whoa.
going around the final
That was
corner.
a
That
crash
would be
and a
that
half.
thing.
Oh my god.
I'm
Yeah,
so,
I
no,
saw
I'm
the
surprised
screen
that's only VSC. Wow.
Yeah. I looked at my screen, I saw a bunch of like parts and wings going everywhere and Twang just spinning around violently. Oh my god, what a crash.
Yeah, I was wondering how many of these guys from 3rd to 5th have got wing damage. So, Raceway has got a penalty for a severe collision. As long as there wasn't anything malicious, we can have it removed. But because we did miss,
Dylan's
we had a really bad camera angle. So,
I had an amazing one. I'll share it with the
Twonk, if you
but-
can try and send some footage in, that would be brilliant.
Yeah, I'll send you the video later. It was spectacular from my camera angle. I was on Reese's camera, I believe. All you can see is like parts flying everywhere.
I was still on board with Dylan. I saw him spin, but I didn't see what caused it.
Either way, DXS with a healthy 1 minute lead over Gravity, who has a healthy
Would you
30-second
imagine
lead.
if he laps like the entire field? I swear this could be a Grand Slam easily
flag Ferrari.
for DXS.
Oh no, it's a Raceway.
Because he had
Raceway had
a...
a problem. I think he spun.
No.
Oh yeah, he had a broken wing too.
Yeah, he's got to slow
Yeah.
right down. Collins has got to be a bit patient now. He knows that car's wounded. And hopefully Raceway is going to be sensible and not hold him up too much.
Yeah, there we go. Good fellow there. Peru.
Some really nice slow corners here for Raceway, so hopefully we're not going to lose him before the pit lane. Unless he
Guaranteed
crashes
points
into the
for
pit
everyone
wall.
then. Guaranteed points for the whole field. Reese is in the pit lane. Oh no, never mind. Gravity's in the pit lane. I think he might be pitting? Yeah, I think he's on the rubber.
Who else was it on like 10 lap old tyres? Yeah, it was Raceway and
Okay.
Gravity. So everyone now I expect them to go to the end.
Well, I'm gonna be on board with Gravity then. We have a good time.
Yeah, I'm riding on board with them. I'm also aware of Reese and Dylan.
So that was enough of a rant about a EA buying this one. Let's stop talking about that. And unless anyone in the chat is getting that kind of stuff. I'm gonna go back to the racing. Gravity making this move to the field or in the back of Avalanche. I think he'll get second place from this place right here. Definitely possible. Pardon?
Sorry?
Yeah, and I was just saying, if Gravity can get the P2 from this position.
Maybe, because penalties are going to come into play. We've got Reese and Dylan side by side.
Oh, Gravity! He broke his wing.
Yay.
He's
He's only just pitted, hasn't he?
Yeah. I'd be,
Come on, where's like the full safety car at? Bring them all back together, let them have like a 5-lap sprint at the end.
He had such good acceleration out of the hairpin, he just slammed into the rear of Avalanche. Couldn't do anything about it, he just lost his front wing. That's gonna suck. Well, is he gonna pit? He has to, right? No, he's gonna keep going.
Oh god, that's a bit silly. You shouldn't be continuing with that amount of damage.
Well, he has 10 seconds of Collins. I think he can do it. Maybe. It's gonna be hard. If he can maintain... if Collins gains on him by 1 second every lap, he will not catch him in time, so he's gained by 1 more second. We'll see, but... gonna be close. That's so unfortunate.
Overall, Dylan's on track for driver of the day. He's up 8 places. I think it's almost a guaranteed podium. Especially since he doesn't even have a penalty yet.
Reese is super close.
They're both on the same lap on tyres. Avalanche has got 2 laps fresher. All of them able to go to the end.
DXS casually in first by a minute and 34 seconds. He's clear a lap the guys in second place.
Oh no, there's damage on Reese.
Ah, no,
went a little bit deep into the air and he's just rear-ended the Mercedes.
He's gonna keep going for sure.
I don't know. You'd be surprised how much time you lose around here.
I mean, saying that gravity is a second to Collins. Okay, 6 laps left.
Keeping you up?
It's been a long one. Get to have a nice nap after this. So I think Dylan might run away with this. And this Reese can do some miracle with that broken front end. Oh, I mean Avalanche isn't having to fight either. He gets to fight for P2 if he gets a move along. Maybe Dylan can catch the excess. Only to catch him by over 15 seconds a lap.
I'm surprised that with that damage that Reese is actually staying with him.
Yeah. Oh, virtually. Oh, for wing damage. It's a safety car. On virtual.
Well, where's full safety car at?
Oh, what happened? Reese passed Dylan under the safety car. That can't be right.
Dylan has damage somehow.
Oh, unless the wall is... That's unfortunate for him, because he is on the P2 possibly. But I think this may give a chance for gravity to push down really. Maybe he'll stay out. Dylan retakes his position too. And retakes it back again.
And what is Reese's penalty?
Reese doesn't have a penalty. Oh no,
yes, he does. 6 seconds worth, so it's going to be a bit. Right. Green flag racing again. No one getting a drive through.
How many penalties is Avalanche now?
I think it's about the same.
So
yeah, 6.
He can still maintain, and actually, if gravity stays within the pace, he can jump both Reese and Avalanche and possibly get a podium. And that.
Yeah, I want to run on board with Avalanche. The what kind of issue there is with overtaking, or I mean how. You know what I mean. I'm losing my own train of thought.
Thing about Avalanche overtaking.
Pitch.
What's up?
This lap included, 5 laps left.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not gonna go to the math either, I'm gonna be honest. But Avalanche could have a run on Dylan here for P2 in the race.
Do you know what I hope he does? I mean, DXS. I want him to lap everyone just for the sake of it.
Could definitely be possible. He's in the same sector as them.
Yeah, like, I know that Avalanche has got these two in front, they both got damage, but because of the conditions, just can't really overtake. I think DXS will need to find about 10 seconds. Whether we'll find that in 5 laps or not, I don't know.
Actually, let's see how DXS races. I want to see his line because he's just been gaining time. Oh.
Honestly, I've hardly covered him since lap 1. Might as well give him a bit of airtime.
Saying that he goes a bit wide.
Still, if you wanted, you could try and push for an even faster lap if you wanted to.
You know, I have a great joke for when we do interviews. I'm gonna say we should start with DXS's interview to keep the lap up front.
Oh dear.
What's up?
No, it's, I don't want any gimmicks for the podium interviews. I'm not in the mood at this point. I've had too much of a busy day. I'm not going to vent out here.
Sounds like you need a Monster Energy.
Mate, I've had about 5.
We could sponsor the league, honestly.
I reckon I should chase them up for sponsorship. The amount of
Monster
races,
Energy,
the amount of races and podiums I've had just because I've drank Monster, it's unbelievable. Speaking of sponsorship, there is a brand that I would like to try out, and if it goes well, I'll see what they can do. Even if it's affiliation with Nhrl, because I'm quite intrigued. I can't drink Red Bull.
Why?
It gives me panic attacks. Whatever it is, it's like either caffeine or taurine. The stuff that energy drinks have, Red Bull, it has too much of it.
Damn.
It's like the mother of all caffeine rushes. I just end up shaking like I've got Alzheimer's.
I guess Red Bull gives you wings and anxiety.
But this way, I need wings because whenever I have it, I just want to jump off a building.
Okay, well, DXS is getting close to lapping range. Won't be long before he gets to them.
Because all I want to see now is, because I imagine the fight for P2 it's going to go on until the final lap of the race. There we go, a 57.4.
Oh my god. Who else but DXS?
I'm just waiting now for these 3 to be within the same camera shot as DXS. Where is he anyway? Like, who's he behind? Is that... yeah, he's behind Noja. Noja's moved that way for blue flags. So he's now on the same straight as the rest of them.
Oh my god.
Avalanche very close to Dylan.
You can see he has no oversteer.
Thing is with Avalanche, he's going to want to clear Dylan, so I reckon he's got the pace to catch up to Reese. And as long as he finishes ahead of Reese, Avalanche and Reese, they are fighting for track position essentially. No matter what happens at this moment, Dylan will be finishing P2. Oh no, yellow flag. That's
Ferrari, I believe.
too late in racing the safety car. So well done, you lot. You managed to have a race without a safety car. We've had about 4 VSCs.
Yeah, true.
And guess who's
I wouldn't consider that a win, but
guess who's 1 corner away from these 3?
I'm gonna say Mr. Money in the Bank winner DXS.
I was going to say Gravity, but yeah, I have DXS as well.
DXS is right behind him, oh my god.
Nah, it's an absolute solid job.
This has to be a season highlight. I mean, in this one heavy rains already a season highlight itself, but
Well,
DXS lapping the guy in second.
he started the penultimate lap now. I'm pretty sure by the last lap, these guys will have blue flags. Oh God. So you know when they're going to have blue flags because we've got ghosting on for today. They will ghost, so that's Avalanche ghosting. He's got past Dylan, but they are under blue flags. They are going to need to move out the way very quickly, otherwise 5-second penalties will start coming their way. Dylan should just lift off a little. Ghosting's on, so it can go straight through. DXS is through on Dylan, get past his teammate. So that being a lap down, your teammate's still third.
It's just so funny.
Yeah, Avalanche is really cutting it far now. And Reese has got to be careful. And that Avalanche just let him by because they're going to get penalties. Where is he? Come on, man. Into the airpin. Get a good exit. And there we go. Right, Reese should let him through. And
oh, for God's sakes.
Has he?
He's done it.
No, they're literally inside each other. There we go. He's lapped the entire field.
He's lapped the whole grid. And he still has a few laps to go. I don't know why I find this so funny.
Well, it's going to put up a nice fight for the final spot on the podium. Dylan's not exactly falling away from them, unless he's had more damage that we're not aware about, because he's... I don't see how he would have lost 1.5 seconds.
He's in the second last lap.
Yeah, so these guys are literally fighting for a podium now. I'm pretty sure Avalanche would love to join his teammate on the podium today.
It's gonna take him a while though, because he's a lap down. Okay, I'll stop jokes. For everyone's sake. But that's just gonna brew up. Dylan might get both of them the penalties if he can keep it on track.
Oh, Avalanche. Oh, he's tapping him. He's gonna. Oh, he's sent it. He has to send it. Pushed him off the track.
Both on the
That's
outside.
almost a bloody illegal move.
He's on the inside.
Oh, sheer desperation away from Avalanche. He knows he can get the podium. He just has to clear the Red Bull. I don't think. Oh no, please don't say that with damage. No. He doesn't have a broken car. Reese does. Reese has got all the ERS in the world to defend.
It's the last lap, so like they have to get it done because DXS is going to cross the line and make it the last lap.
Yeah, so surely these guys can run a lap down on fuel.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no, Avalanche! Come on, keep it running, keep it running.
No, oh, was it? Oh my
go,
God.
go.
No, well done, just on saving that. Could Gravity end up further on the podium?
Oh my God, he has such wing damage. Anyways, VXS is going towards. Oh, he's so late.
I'm pretty sure that's not going to face him on bit unless we got disqualified for reversing on the circuit.
Imagine.
Well, if you thought a masterclass from him was at Monza last week, he proved he can race even after a good after a bad qualifying position. There's no doubt about that. But he's lapped the entire grid here in Singapore tonight. The fireworks are going off for him. TXS wins in Singapore. Dylan gets second, and it looks like Reese is going to maintain P3. Collins up into P5. Avalanche P6. Raceway. It's just not gone his way. Shocking race from Renault.
Yeah, I don't think Raceway had a rather good race today rather than that one incident.
It's no during P10. To be fair, I do like finishing first in the night races because I hate coming through the final sectors and you've just got the fireworks going off.
Yeah,
and just kept that out the barrier, he's snaking down the main straight. But at least he finished. Raceway P7. We've got Pids and FJW comes across the line.
Come on, Pids, you got this.
Oh, mate, don't bottle it. Well, he's going to be classified 8th anyway.
Yes, kids, come
Would you
on.
mind trying to add the others to the party?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You guys just get ready for a podium interview as well. We're riding on board with Pids for him to finish. Let's have a look then. Gravity though, P4 from 2 stops, not bad at all. Connor's up 6 places though, Dylan up 8. Now Pids, one of the best qualifyings I've seen from a driver of his calibre, and still brings it home for a respectable P8.
Hello, good evening.
They still finished about 5 minutes before the Div 1 race. Hopefully not that many penalties. I don't think the stewards are going to be that busy this week. Anyway, full race run down there. That's a full Grand Slam and a half for Raceway. DXS, sorry. Pole position, fastest lap, winning the race, every single lap led. I'm surprised the game hasn't given driver of the day for that, but Dylan in the Mercedes P2, really well done from not even to get a penalty. Rita's managed to bring home P3 for Red Bull, Gravity P4 for Haas. I think one less pit stop, he definitely could have been up there. Collins P5, underrated performance, just trying to keep it as clean as he can. Avalanche P6, penalties dropping him down. Raceway, it's just not worked in Renault's favour today, and I think that's going to be the constructors gone very, very quickly. Pids started 4th, finished 8th, he can't complain about that, multiple points coming his way. FJW, even after a horrible start, it finishes P9, and then Noja rounding out the points in 10th. DNFs
Hello?
were Twonk, Not Luke Beck,
shit.
Mate, Charlie and James. Are we all here, or are we still waiting on anyone?
Already.
Nope, everyone's here. Well, we're gonna start with DXS since everyone else is a lap behind.
He can go if he wants. Like I say, it's just been another dominant display, but I never thought I'd see this. I don't know. I would say, was there anything you were doing differently? But yeah, again, everyone else behind you had traffic, and they were just rear-ending each other. What was the hardest thing about the race today?
To be honest, there wasn't really anything really negative to say. I think the only part maybe was at the beginning. I was a bit worried that someone was going to dive bomb. And Gravity was keeping with me for a little bit, so I thought maybe towards the end it'll be a good race. But I'm not too sure if he maybe got damage or anything. But
Yeah, he did.
it was just a long race.
Okay, here's a question for everyone. Dylan and Reese, how did it feel just racing and then out of nowhere DXS just comes and passes you?
It was a bit embarrassing, to be honest. He just wiped the floor with all of us.
It's like when you look at the screen left on the screen and you see DXS like 1 minute away from you and then like almost a lap, and then you see you got lapped, and then you think like, well, fuck me.
I'm sorry, guys.
What was the fastest lap?
Like
1:57.4.
57.
Second fastest
His
was
fastest
faster
lap
than my
was faster
quali.
than my quali lap.
Same.
I think I was 2 seconds quicker than Gravity, who was second fastest.
He was surprisingly fast.
DXS, have you been putting in that much practice then? I believe you took part in the Division 1 race, was it? I know,
Yes.
like, Singapore and the way it's about as eventful as it's going to get, but was it on track, everything you expected it to be?
Yeah, I think the experience from the Div 1 race helped a lot, because in that race I got a bit of damage at the start, so the whole race was just a comeback. So I've already built up that rhythm, and I'm kind of like locked in to this track already in the wet. So I think that practice definitely helped a lot, plus a few laps within the week. I think it just paid off, honestly. I knew what was going to happen, I knew what to expect, I knew how long the tires were going to last, so it was pretty comfortable for me in the end.
Yeah, blistering pace in the wet. How do you think it would have fared in the dry?
I think it definitely would have been a lot closer. I think more in the wet, and I think a few guys in the division struggle with it. I think in the dry would have been close, but I think with the pace, I might have maybe should win again.
So Div 2 drivers, take note. Don't miss out on a Div 1 practice race for the sake of beer. Gonna move on to P3 then, which I believe was Reese.
Yeah.
Right. He had an okay qualifying, by the looks of it, an okay start. He did have a mishap partway through the race, but at one point you were within. Well, there was about 4 cars in the same bit of tarmac. Was it?
Oh, that was
quite?
terrifying.
Yeah. Was it intense?
It was, complete focus every corner. After Tonk, my race engineer, crashed out, he was just in my ear telling me everything I needed to know. So in the traffic, it was very helpful. I was quite a lucky boy to get podium today, but I think in race pace I actually had quite a lot, which is unusual for me. But yeah.
Yeah, actually, I was on your onboard when the crash happened. Looked like a red flag worthy crash there. That was like a huge crash.
Yeah.
So I think did you get damage from it? I'm not certain.
No, I got damage when I tried to pass Dylan actually in the hairpin.
Yeah, you got damage at one point. How did you just deal with it and manage to nurse your car to P3?
It actually didn't matter that much because I was already going incredibly slowly because I was on -1 lap of fuel with about 5 laps to go, and it just wouldn't go down. So I was just literally coasting through every single corner, praying that I didn't get past. And I think Avalanche actually got past me at one point, and I got a bit angry and just got my elbows out a lot and managed to keep hold of the position.
We did well though, considering he had a damaged car nonetheless. Because race, God's sake, Avalanche was his car was fine. He should have overtaken you many laps before the end. But yeah,
I don't know.
Good job in staying in front of him.
It was tough, very tough.
Yeah. So
Probably
Dylan,
my most demanding race.
Well, it is. I bet you lot are knackered. It's right, you can go and have a beer now.
I'm like the James Hunt, am I?
anyways, Dylan, you're the last one, P2. Not one penalty this race. Was that just you trying to keep it conservative, I guess? Man, it helped you out, man.
Yeah, it was like I was trying to get no penalty this race, and then I saw that reset 3 seconds, and it was like coming close and close and close, and I was like, how many warnings do you have for another penalty? And then I saw he has 6 seconds, and then only thought drive how I'm driving, and then it will be fine. And it paid out P2, so very happy with that.
Well, yeah, you definitely kept it clean, unlike other drivers. Also, surprisingly, no safety car. You guys, all of you, this is a question for all of you. You guys kind of surprised there was no safety car in this race? There's a bunch of VSCs.
Yeah, I was really surprised with that with Twonk, that there was not a safety car.
Yeah, I'm just gonna add, under the first VSC I got a drive-through, which really
Oh yeah, we saw. We were wondering because it didn't show up on our
fucking
screen. You just hopped in the pit and didn't change your tires or anything.
Yeah, I was really nervous going in the pits for this game. I was like, if now I see that Red Bull crew run out, I'm gonna cry. But luck was on my side today.
Yeah. Actually, VXS, how was your emotion? Just halfway through the race when you had more than a minute to the guy in high. Were you just cruising, you know?
Yeah, by that point I was already in the rhythm, so it was just kind of you don't really see the corners of the straights anymore. You kind of just, you just follow the rhythm that you have. I had my teammates yeah, exactly. I was in the zone, and I had my teammate in my ears, and we were just discussing strategy and giving each other updates and stuff. So, I mean, I was still focused throughout the whole race. I didn't really get bored or anything. I was still enjoying it, and once I knew I could catch up, I made it my mission to lap everyone. So I don't know if you saw, I got like a fastest lap towards the end. So I think maybe I let off halfway through, but it's good to see us have the pace at the end.
I think that's enough for today.
Yeah, before about to pass out, really well done to the top 3. In terms of Nhrl activity for next week, Division 1 heads to Russia tomorrow. Weather is confirmed to be dry. And well done to the top 3. Finished the Indy 500 on Tuesday. Myself taking my second win around there ahead of MDJ and James Killer. IndyCar Championships really proving up to be close competition. But as for Division 2, that's it. For 2020, that's it. We'll see you guys on track again, I believe on the 8th? No. We'll be seeing you guys in January nonetheless for Russia.
7th.
7th. On the 7th of January you guys are back. So we've got a 2-week break. Otherwise you guys will be like racing on Christmas and New Year. The league will still be putting on events on Project Cars. Events include Bathurst, Daytona 24, Daytona 500 and the Nürburgring. If anyone has Project Cars too and want to take part in these events, hit us up on Discord. But I think that's it. Pitch, anything else to add?
I'm gonna go sleep.
Yeah, you go do that. I'm gonna need a beer.
Had the lucky helmet on.
Yeah, I didn't forget about that.
Oh, nice one.
I'm going to bring it up again later in the season. You'll find out in due course. From Div 2, happy Christmas and happy New Year, all of that. Hopefully see some of you around Division 1 tomorrow in Sochi. From us now, see you later.